everyone, it's Justice, and today we're going to be going through my once a week future planning sit down session. This actual system that I do and what I do hasn't really changed since going into the Hobonichi. The biggest change has been my color blocking system, which you'll see, but even in my traveler's notebook planner, I would sit down once a week and kind of go through what I was going to do on my weekend days, what my plans looked like for the week, like if I had any appointments that I couldn't miss, anything like that, and just generally having fun decorating and taking my time. You'll see that I have changed out my cover for my Hobonichi. I originally started, and I'll link the video where I kind of said I was going to be in my Galen Leather A5 cover. I think that's just what it's called. I really became infatuated with the idea of having this little zip case that I can keep everything in and not have to worry about things falling out of. I also really liked that you could fit multiple pens in it because I am not just a one pen girl as much as I would love to be. I can't do the single pen loop and then carry that pen with that planner. No, no, no. I like variety. Even if I'll use the same type of ink, I want to have a couple different pens to write it with. So that's what I've done here. I have my Pilot Falcon Soft Fine as well as my Pilot Custom 823. Both of them have Noodler's Lexington Gray in them. And I kind of want to go into why that is also. I really like the smooth paper, but I also find that with many of my really pretty inks, I have really grubby hands, and so with something as functional as a planner where I'm going to have to be flipping back and forth and back and forth, I smear things. I smear things really bad. And so what I have to do when I smear things is paste paper over them and collage over to kind of cover where that boo-boo was, and then kind of move from there, maybe write over it, maybe write it again on the different paper. But with the Hobonichi being so nice and sleek, I really did not want to plan to have collages in here and make it really bulky. That is not something that really interests me. And so that's why I'm using Noodler's Lexington Gray. I find that that ink for me really doesn't smear all that much. And it's one of Noodler's inks also that is fairly water resistant. I don't think that you can call it waterproof, but it's fairly water resistant. And so I kind of wanted the option to be a little bit less afraid, one, of it smearing days after I've written it down, because let's be honest, some inks do that. And then two, if I happen to be a little bit clumsy, spill something on my book, I would probably be really mad anyways, but at least don't run the risk of my letters completely floating away. So that's why I'm using those. I also have all of my little mild liners, my zebra mild liners. Those I'm using for my color blocking system that you can see here. I am really excited about my color blocking system. So essentially what I do is I have color categories. The dark blue that you see at the tops and the bottoms is my sleeping color. The very light blue mint color that's towards the center of a lot of them at the same times, that's work. The magenta-y pink, that one is my personal time, so time I spend journaling, time I spend zoning out with myself, just general by myself, treat myself, the end, my morning coffee. And then I have the lavender color. Lavender color is couple time. Purple is Danny's favorite color. Lavender is kind of like, in my head, our couple color because I do really like pastels, and so a pastel purple is it. And then I also have like a chartreusey limey green. That is time spent being social. So every single week I have Dungeons and Dragons. Every so often I may also just like have a Zoom call with someone. So that's time that I can see that I have been social. I haven't just been like work and Danny as my only times to talk to people in the day. Um, let's see, those are we also have like a turquoisey teal color. Um, I don't consider it teal, but I've had many people call that color teal. That's chores. So that's going around the house, doing dishes, doing laundry, doing at-home renovation projects. So teal is that color. I also do use it for like YouTube time. YouTube time, it kind of depends. I'll either put it as personal time or work time. It really just depends on what part of the process I'm in. So if I'm just recording me journaling, personal time. I don't count that because what I record is what I do anyways. But if it's editing, that's work. I don't really like editing all that much, and so I'm considering that work. I'm moving over here, filling in some things, and you can see that I'm starting to fill in the new week. The reason why I kind of flipped over before finishing that final column is because I'm writing this on Sunday, so I don't really know how my day has gone yet. So I briefly start to write down my grocery list, my to-do list, and then blocking off time throughout the week that I already know I'm going to be indisposed. But I very, very quickly decide I am done with the weekly spreads for right now. I close my blot paper in the book, and if you have not seen the glory of blot papers just yet, you may want to. A lot of people complain about the Hobonichi and Tomoe River paper because it takes so long to dry, especially so long with fountain pens. Girl, just get a piece of blot paper and close your book. That's all you need to do. You don't need to just like wait and wait and wait until it dries. I mean, you can, but you really don't need to. You can always just get a piece of blot paper, close your book, boom, move to the next page. So I have like 3 pieces of blot paper in my notebook at all times so that I can have the option to go back and forth and back and forth. And in going back and forth, part of it is because I get bored and I just need a change of scenery, like what we saw here with me going from weekly spread directly into weekly spread and me being like, no, I'm not really doing that. Or if I am in the middle of something, I remembered what I was supposed to do earlier, and so I need to close that page and then write it down before I forget. Those are the 2 main reasons that I use blot paper. And so I have one on my monthly spread, my weekly spread, and my daily spread for those very reasons. In this little journaling thing right here on my daily, I'm actually writing about my journaling philosophy with my Hobonichi and my planning philosophy. I originally went into this thinking that I was not going to decorate my Hobonichi at all. It was going to be strictly functional. I hate that. It makes me feel so sad to not have anything that's pretty. Something that I have said for many years is that I make my planner pretty so that I feel inclined to actually look at it more. And that holds true to this day. I am not less vapid at all. So I'm essentially writing down there that no, I'm gonna decorate it. I'm gonna use washi. I'm gonna use washi stickers and tape. If I have little printout sprocket photos, I'm going to put those in. You probably already saw, I've already included a few sprocket photos of movies I've watched this year. I've been thinking about this for a little bit. We're only about 10 days into the year as I was recording this, and I was already getting antsy about not having any decoration, so I just went ahead and changed my mind. And so this is me actually sitting down and journaling about it so that future justice can be like, okay, why did we do this? Why are these pages blank? And then we start getting fun. That's why. And then I'm just doing my normal thing, my food of the day, so my breakfast, my lunch. I'm not sure if I've had dinner yet at this time, but I guess we'll see. Something I also want to talk about with my color coding system. I had a lot of smearing, which you'll probably see in those clips that you've already seen by now. I really, really thought that if I gave my Lexington Gray ink a day, maybe 2 days to dry, that I would be able to highlight over it. And sometimes it really works, and sometimes it really doesn't. And that's not something that I am willing to put up with for 52 weeks out of the year. And so towards the end of that spread, I was getting really frustrated and kind of just brainstorming what I'm going to do moving forward. And so you'll be able to see some of that for sure. You also see that I did put down some stickers after a little break. I decided to turn off the camera, sit with some YouTube videos on, put down some stickers because I really needed a break. I know that this video is only 16 minutes long, but the actual footage for this is well over an hour and a half long that I've edited down and sped up. And so it was time. I needed to have a break, a snack, stretch my back a little bit because whenever I record these, I sit on the floor. And now I'm back. These little washi stickers are actually from a set that I got as a gift for my birthday. I believe I've already talked about this before, but for my birthday, my mother and my godmother, I didn't really ask for much, and so they just sent me hordes of washi tape and washi stickers. I'm not sure where they got them, but they came in like giant packs of a couple hundred. And so I have a lot of washi stickers to use up, and so I'm kind of going through them as I like them. These little like woodland fairy-ish themed washi stickers really spoke to me. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a small obsession with raccoons. I don't know if it's the southern girl in me that really likes them, but like raccoons and possums are a specific thing that make my heart happy right now. And so I love those little things on the internet that you can see where it's like, get in, loser, we're going through garbage. And it's just like a ton of little drawn out possums in a car and stuff like that. I think that that's really precious. And so that's kind of like an homage to that part of my life. And now we are back at the weekly spreads. So the first day of the week, I am actually on my day off, which I really like. And so I'm kind of writing down some things that I need to do that day. I'm doing this the day before, so I already know like these things need to get done. I already have time spread out and set for them. I have no option. This has to happen. And so that's essentially what I'm doing there. I'm also writing down whatever groceries I already know I need to pick up for the week. I go grocery shopping maybe once a week. And then things to do. So I do put things to do on my regular daily pages, but I do have some larger things that I have to write out on my weekly sidebar because these are things that have to be done. Don't really have a time frame, but I cannot forget these things. Something that I find with my actual daily to-do tasks that I don't really do standard that some people with bullet journals do. A lot of times you're supposed to make your to-do list and then migrate things over. I don't always migrate things over because I'm just like, well, if I'm not going to do it today, why in the world would I write it down? But that also leads to the whole of if I didn't write it down, it no longer exists in my brain. And so for big important things that maybe don't have a specific time frame, I put them in my weekly spread so that whenever I'm looking over at my week to see what's happening, I can be like, "Oh, right, yeah, we are in the middle of kind of renovating our half bathroom and replacing that sink. Can't really forget about that." As silly as that is, that's kind of how it has to happen because I think that a lot of people are able to just remember because it's part of their house. Oh, hey, we have a complete bathroom that doesn't work right now. No, I can go days, weeks, possibly months without remembering anything. And then I'll try to use that bathroom and be like, oh, right. And then I'll leave, go to the other bathroom, and it's out of my head again. And so it kind of just lives there so that whenever I'm planning what I'm doing on my weekend, I can factor in the time of, hey, maybe you should go to Ace Hardware and get some plumber's putty. I don't even know what I wrote down in that things to do list because I feel like I haven't gotten to my bathroom renovation yet as I'm recording this, but that's what's going through my brain right now because I currently have a bathroom that's not really usable because there's construction supplies everywhere. Because me and Danny ripped out a sink and now we have to figure out some plumbing things. Don't worry though, we definitely have a lot of friends that work professionally as glorified handymen. So we have a lot of maintenance worker friends that are able to kind of FaceTime us, walk us through all this stuff. So we're definitely not alone. We've got a lot of people that know what they're doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. So I need very blatantly clear instructions. And what you see here, I'm kind of blocking off specific parts of my week that I know are going to happen. So for work days, wake up, my getting ready period of time, driving to work, first half of shift, lunch break, second half of shift, and I'm just doing that for every single day of the week. I'm sure that I could just color code it and then I would already know what's happening, but I really like the look of seeing everything written in. I really like seeing that. If I don't really see words on the page, I feel like it's a little bit empty. Also, with my new color coding system, it would especially be empty. So instead of having to deal with highlighting over my fountain pen ink and then risking it smearing, instead I'm coloring over the time bars. I know that I've seen this somewhere, so I know that I'm not the first person to do this, obviously, but I decided that coloring in the time bars would be a better way of time blocking for my system than coloring in the entire boxes. I love the look of coloring in the entire boxes, though. It's much more satisfying than this. But ultimately, the compromise I made with myself is that I will be far less angry if my ink is not smeared. You know, pretty simple thing to wish in life. I just wish for my ink to not smear. Oh, you rub a genie bottle, genie comes out. What's your one wish? My ink will never smear again. And then he just takes away all fountain pens, you know, how genies do things. Anyways, we are getting towards the end of this video. Um, I'm going to ask that you like this video, and if you like it, please subscribe. Leave me a comment because I really am enjoying getting to know you guys. I've gotten a few new subscribers over the past few days, and thank you so much for liking my channel. And I've gotten a few people commenting. Thank you so much. I'm having honestly a lot of fun. So I would like to thank you all for visiting with me. I hope that you visit again and that you enjoy your 2021. I hope that all of your 2021s is far better and that everyone's healthy and that you enjoy your planning day. So I'm going to wish you farewell now. Bye bye.